What went wrong? What went right? How was that experience?
It was a little crazy because so one of the police departments we contacted was back in Florida, so I had to fly back with like the prototype on a on a suitcase, kind of like protecting it as best as we could, um, and show it to them right. And we got it there. We got there early in the day just to make sure everything was all good. Try to fly test it around. And at first it was very uh, interesting because like it was not flying, it wasn't working, and I was like, "What's going on?" But then after you do some, we have a checklist, so when stuff goes wrong, we kind of have learned what's like the most probable causes. And after just realizing there was an issue with one of the motors that was it was wired wrong, we just fixed the wiring, and then it was like ready to go. And then honestly, that demo it flew beautifully. Sometimes I have been testing it by myself, right? And it's like, oh, I'm testing it. It kind of like breaks the moment you just turn it on. No, this time around it was like it worked without an issue, and it was able to fly, was able to drive, it transformed. I guess that helped to sell the vision of the product, right? That it wasn't just this defective machine, but this machine that right now works. It just kind of needs like the more of the quality assurance aspect of a product development to be able to be a fully complete product. But yeah, it was a sort of thing where like I guess it was a blessing from the universe that it finally worked without an issue. And again, it was able to fly the longest that we've ever seen it fly. It was also probably because like right before that demo, I made sure to kind of like reprint a couple of parts to um, lower the weight, right? Because that's something you gotta always make sure that it's as every gram matters, right? And again, and from listening to some of the initial customer feedback online, right, we figure out that, oh, right, like this team will probably want to see a thermal camera. This team will probably want to see a depth camera, an RGB camera. So we added those sensors, made sure that all of that was there, such that like, right, you wanted to get as close as possible to the end vision that you want to sell them, such that they don't have to make such an effort imagining it, right? So yeah.
Yeah, got it. Um, okay, very very interesting. What do you think would, in your experience, for a pretty complex hardware piece of equipment that you have, what is the challenging piece in the field? Is it the autonomy? Is it the sensors? Is it the human robot interface that is the main challenge?
I think the main challenge, honestly, is the human robot interface. Because the autonomy, honestly, for the application that we are aiming for right now is, again, like the first responder sector. They're pretty used to drones, right? So they want to pilot it as manual as possible. So there's not a lot of autonomy involved apart from just like algorithms that avoid crashing, right? That we utilize to just with like SLAM. Um, that said, like the human robot interface, like the control interface that you have with it and how you pilot it. So far, as a bootstrap as we are, we have only developed like the mobile app for it, right? Such that you can control it from your phone.
Mhm.
But this is in the end goal is that you should actually have a piece of hardware, right? A controller that would control it, and then your phone can or any screen there is just to monitor it. So right now, that's what I think is the hardest part. Just kind of figure out how to build that perfect control UI and then have it communicate in real time with the robot, such that it's like right that the real time communication between what you're seeing and what it's doing. It's like doesn't allow for anything bad to happen. So yeah, I'd say that's honestly the hardest part right now because again, the rest of the stuff it took us a year or a little bit more to prototype and test and manufacture, and that was hard when it was at that stage. But as we've matured, the mechanical complexity has lowered a lot. Again, thanks to our philosophy of like, um, let's make it simpler than what research labs have done before, right? So yeah.